The therapy session, though, was fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, we said all through season 4, like, get this woman some therapy.
Yeah.
And now we got her some therapy. And I mean, I think we learned it's going to be a process.
Absolutely. Seeing as little as we did, I don't understand if this therapist fully is trained for the sort of trauma that June has gone through and is continuing to go through.
You mean the therapist isn't supposed to look scared?
Probably not. Just a suggestion.
Looks a little scared.
That was really great. She did kind of like clutch her pearls a little bit.
Her and Luke both did.
Like, wait, what do you mean, Jen? What did you do now? Oh, fuck. Poor Luke.
I like that the therapist looked a bit scared and Luke was just sort of... Luke almost responded to me, and you two can definitely correct me on this, but the way that an exasperated parent responds with a rebellious teenager
Exactly.
Oh, God, what now?
That's exactly what I thought it was. Like, oh, God, there's more. Of course there's more. Why did I think there wouldn't be more? Yes, it's exactly it. You know what is really, really phenomenal in this episode, and I feel like it gets a little redundant when we keep saying the same thing over. Elizabeth Moss's acting is incredible in this episode in a way in which it is exemplary even just stacked amongst her own work in this series. Like, it really, really jumped out at me, and I forgot to talk about it when she was in that first scene. But we see June's face a lot. Like, this is a face that we have to read in order to understand what's going on. So just that alone, like, she has to carry a lot of weight in the acting world just to show us what's going on in June's head, right? What she does in that stroller, when she gets down, and it's like you were talking about, Scarlett, like, she's doing all the right things. She's setting the boundaries. She's just trying to get the baby out. So she puts the baby in the stroller and she gets down to buckle it. So she's right in Nicole's face. And it's when that lady says something about, like, don't you wish I wish I was in Gilead, whatever that statement was.
You're so lucky you were in Gilead.
And all of a sudden everything gets discord, and you can, like, you're just like, oh God, this is more than just like what we thought of just some crazy lady, right? But June's face, when she all of a sudden she can't keep her face nice. For a moment, she's right in this baby's face, and you just see the shift that we're so used to seeing of, like, she's about to turn around and haul off on this woman. And then she remembers she's in her little baby's face, and you just see her change. And she restrains it all again, and she smiles. And I'm like, God, this is just something we've seen June do so much. And it jumped out at me in the therapy session because she's just great. Every time I watch this scene, like, that last face that she makes when she's like, yeah, I think we have a problem here. I'm like, she's just, it makes me laugh every time because it's so good. And the way she processes this therapy session just really, really made me love Elizabeth Moss even more. But then it really jumped out at me through the rest of the episode that what we're really watching is a whole cast of incredible actors that have been together for 5 seasons, and that they know their characters so well that it just feels so good to watch all of these people in a room, no matter who it is, if it's Luke and Moira or June and Nick, like, no matter who these people are, it's like for 5 years they've been working together, and they just know how to work together, and you can see it, and it's just so enjoyable. I think it's just like one of the really fun things about a really great cast that gets to go this long. And this episode just really blew my mind. But this therapy scene when she's looking back and forth between the therapists, and then they're both just so surprised and alarmed, and it's just really, really, every single moment of this scene just brought me sheer joy. But the line that really, really jumped out at me is when she starts off really happy. It feels like she feels, to me, she felt vindicated when the therapist starts to say, this is normal. You did the right thing.
Yeah, she applauds her vigilance and her protection of her child.
And it's the phrase on guard. And that's it. She's awake. She's awake now. She is on guard now. And she's going, thank you. Thank you. I am on guard.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
It just shifts. Yeah. And all of a sudden, everyone else gets uncomfortable. And then you see her being like, wait, this not good.
Too much? That's not good?
Too much?
Oh.
Too far?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
It was just such a phenomenal scene. But we said, get this girl some therapy. And I'm like, she's going to need a lot of therapy.
Like
She's going to need a lot of therapy. I think my favorite part of this entire scene, other than June's, as you mentioned before, June's like, yeah, at the end, where she's just like, her is her saying, yeah, no shit. is Luke, when June mentions that it got physical, and Luke's like, well, how physical? And he starts stuttering. He says, going back to the woman, and then looks at the therapist. How will she not get physical again? And I love that so much about Luke, because it's like he knows at this point asking June that is not going to elicit any sort of response or anything constructive. And he's just like, I need an adult.
I know. June would just respond like, fuck if I know. What do you mean? Like,
Exactly.
I don't see the problem.
And I love that too, because that is Luke acknowledging that he is also there for this therapy. It's not just June's therapy, it is both of their therapies. Yeah. And he's utilizing this therapist as a tool to help himself learn how to navigate this new June. Yeah. And I really loved that, because it was a very subtle way of showing that Luke is still in love with June and this version of June and every version of June, and is being the best supportive husband that he can be, and learning how to work with her. I just really liked that.
He's definitely in it to win it.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's the whole episode, right? Like, that's every single scene. Yeah. That's all he's doing is saying, I'm still going to love the person you are. And by the end, I think she finally believes him. But the whole episode, and he's been doing it the whole season 4, too. It's not like he hasn't been trying, but it's finally connecting. You know, like, it was just one of those things that's going to take time for him to figure out how to love this person that she is. It's new. We talked about it all through season 4. It was going to take time. And now we're seeing that in time, it is getting better.
Yeah. There are people that are pissed off about the whole June and Luke trying to come back together scenario. Yeah. Really? Team Nick and June, not happy.
Guys, can we just be Team June and let her be happy?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, why do we
find some happiness somewhere? My God,
exactly.
I'm not team anything. I'm like Team June.
Team June.
Yes,
like, let's just let her find a way to be happy. For fuck's sake.
Why do we have to have the happiness of a strong, badass female lead be contingent upon which male partner she ends up with?
True.
That's playing into the patriarchal norms that we're trying to fight anyway here.
Well, if we're not play into norms, can we just talk about the fact that there's no reason she can't be in love with both of them?
True.
Like, that's the thing I don't understand. She has a relationship with both of these men. She loves both of them. She has children with both of them. Yeah. I'm not really sure where the difference is and why she can't have a relationship with both. The end.
No, because we need that drama. We need that. I'm saying this with all the sarcasm.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, we have to muster up some sort of artificial drama where she has to pick between the two of them, and which one will she choose?
Yeah, but it's such an artificial drama. I don't think it's there. Like, it's not in the show. Like, I don't know.
And to double down on your point, Luke is never mad about, like, June's feelings towards Nick. Nick is never mad about June's feelings towards Luke. Both of them understand that their active involvements or their inactive involvements in raising and being active participants in the other daughter's life. Like, this is just a fantastic, bizarrely organized family.
Polyamory for TV. That's what you said a few weeks ago, Marjorie.
I feel like that's where it's going, and I love it. Like, what is wrong with what we're seeing?
Nothing.
Yeah, I'm okay with it, because I feel like the whatever relationship she's in should be supporting like the furthering of her storyline, because it's the Handmaid's Tale. That particular Handmaid's Tale. And if it's working for her, then I don't know. I'm just like, let's go with it.
Yeah. And this is working with her.
More sex scenes are fine too.
Yeah.
I can't wait to talk about that scene.
Not mad about that scene at all.